Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler, author of a saga on home video, and oh my gosh, they actually freaking exist! Those rumored copies of reissues of the Star Wars films that Digital Bits had cover images of and nobody could quite pin down because Lucasfilm said nothing, Walt Disney Home Video said nothing, Disney proper said nothing, nobody said anything officially. Sure enough, they existed. And they did get released on the first of these several rumored possible days of release. Now, it's going to be a pain in the butt to find the releases we're going to look at here. It took me going to, 3 Walmarts, 2 Targets, and 2 Best Buys to actually get my hands on them. The Walmarts were all a bust. 1 Target was a bust. 1 Target had 13 of them, but not the other 7. 1 Best Buy had some of the others, but among the ones I needed, the other 7 had 6, but not the 7th, and a final Best Buy was able to get me the other one that was left to get a complete set of all 20 of these. Because yes, this is the biggest Star Wars home video blitz we've ever seen. 2013, that was Season 5 of The Clone Wars on DVD and Blu-ray. Seasons 1 through 5 Collector's Edition, DVD and Blu-ray. The DVD Blu-ray combo pack of the prequel trilogy and the original trilogy, plus the 3-pack of the Clone Wars DVDs. 7. Whatever. Then we had the Blitz of 2017 holiday season, the stealth reissues for the holiday season, all with the special Volume 1 of Forces of Destiny little DVD packed in at Walmart. That was the 6-movie collection, also known as the Complete Saga. That was the Blu-ray DVD combo packs, again, for both trilogies being reissued, and that was the Blu-ray and DVD versions of both Force Awakens and Rogue One being released. 7. 7 both times. No. Try 20. Because every single live-action film just got a reissue as a Blu-ray digital combo pack and as a DVD-only release. All through Walt Disney Home Video. This is going to mark some milestones. It's a big deal, but I'm telling you now, they didn't publicize this at all. Digital Bits had the rumors. It started going up on some websites, went back down from some websites, as of right before the actual launch date, which was September 22nd, 2019, not the 23rd, 24th, or 25th, as was also rumored. So a Sunday release, which is weird, which actually caused the places that I went to get it to not even have them out on the shelves. They had to go back in the back and find the box and say, oh crap, these should have been out, and start digging through them. They're difficult to find, but hopefully they'll be more common soon, and if you see this video and you're wanting to hunt them down, it seems like Best Buy in the US is a good place to go to try to get them, and chances are they're not out on the shelves, they're probably sitting in the back, so have someone take a look. Use the Best Buy app or the website to determine if there is stock at your store, and then show them they have stock according to the website or the app or whatever it might be, so that you know for sure that it's there. Bear in mind, the stock apparently is low. The last one that I needed, after getting 13 in one place at a Target and 6 at another Best Buy, was the last one I needed at one Best Buy, which was Return of the Jedi, Blu-ray digital. They had 4 copies and none of them had been put out on the shelves yet. 4 copies for that store for this release. And probably not getting restock according to the guy I talked to there. Yeah. You're going to need to hunt these things down, probably. Online is probably your best bet overall, but if you are going to try to go hunt these down in person, if you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, or the frustration of the hunt, so to speak, definitely check out Best Buy. That seems the best place. If, by the way, you can manage to get it at Target and you get it soon, because who knows when this offer will go away, the Target website, which apparently doesn't have all of them, or Target stores, which also apparently don't have all of them, are doing a buy 2, get 1 free deal right now. Granted, it's 20, but still, that's actually pretty good. So what exactly is it that we have here? Well, let's start with Phantom Menace as a case example. We're going to look at all of them. This is it. It should look familiar because this is what the Digital Bits was reporting. This is a multi-screen edition from Walt Disney Home Video. Now, that in and of itself is a big deal. It's not the first multi-screen edition, but this does mean that it now has a multi-screen edition that is Blu-ray plus digital to match what we saw with The Last Jedi and what we saw with Solo. And it is the first time that this film, The Phantom Menace, or Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, that any of those original 6 have been released through Walt Disney Home Video. Prior to now, it's all been through 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment or the earlier iterations thereof. Okay? This all comes because the Fox Entertainment assets were purchased by Disney. It's all under the same roof now. They now have the physical and digital rights for distribution with Disney. All right, so we have Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. They're all of a similar style. We have the Star Wars, the R and the S sort of forming a frame with images from the film, in this case Maul in the background, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and so on. Okay. Some breaking frame, as in the case over here of the pod racers. Down in the corner, it's that same thing we see for multi-screen editions, right? Watch anywhere, movies anywhere, computer, smartphone, TV, tablet. Okay. I actually like the art on these. I know some folks don't like them. I like the art and I like the uniformity of them. Blu-ray symbol, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Down at the bottom, we have product number and Lucasfilm. Same on the reverse. The back. Okay. Digital code included. Watch anywhere with the Movies Anywhere app. Download or stream. Movies Anywhere symbol. Digital bonus extras included with your Star Wars Phantom Menace digital code. Not available from all service providers. Bonus not included on enclosed disc product. See inside for details. Basically, these have a digital code. You use the digital code to get access to the film. Okay, like through Movies Anywhere. It's the same digital copy of the film we've seen before, with the same bonus features we would have seen before. So, not anything new or anything like that, except for the fact that in this case, on all of these, even the stuff for the newer films, there is no bonus disc of the bonus features. They're all just tied into the digital copy. See the first fateful steps in the journey of Anakin Skywalker. Jedi Knights Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn rescue Queen Amidala, ruler of a peaceful planet invaded by dark forces. On their escape, they discover 9-year-old Anakin Skywalker, a child prodigy who is unusually strong in the Force. Pod Racer, images from the film, stats underneath, symbols, of course. These are region-free, legalese, rating. For whatever reason, a note about the iTunes digital copy. It requires an iTunes account. Duh! Of course it does, but they're promoting the hell out of Movies Anywhere. Why iTunes? Because they'll all just sync with each other anyway. Inside, though, regular Blu-ray case. Essentially the same stuff, just condensed there. On the back, you'll notice a little bit there. Okay. Now, inside, you have your code. Yes, it's been redeemed. I actually used this for Disney Movie Reward points myself and then handed the code off to a buddy of mine, Brian Snook, so he could get the digital copy. By the way, did you know there's a limit on how many Disney Movie Reward points you can redeem in a day? Apparently it's 10 codes. There's 20 here. It'll take you 2 days just to get all the Disney Movie Reward points from these. So up there, Movies Anywhere, Star Wars, redeem your digital code, your digital movie code. The digital code is part of a combination package and may not be sold separately. Access your digital bonus extras by redeeming your digital movie code as described below. Bonus may not be available from all service providers, and all the instructions and all. Movies Anywhere stuff on the back. Now you may be sitting there saying, what's on the disc? Right? Like Brad Pitt with the box. What's on the disc? Well, here's the disc label. Every film from the original 6 now has a new label. They are the same for Blu-ray and DVD except for the different information presented on it, but the image is the same. So we have part of the lightsaber battle, legalese around the edges, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. For more information or for technical assistance, blah, blah, blah. Blu-ray, Lucasfilm, feature film, no kidding. Feature running time, rating, Dolby Digital, region ABC, right? So all region. Well, what about the film itself, right? On that disc, what about the film? Well, the good news is, for those who, like me, despise the truncated fanfare of the digital versions that launched in 2015, which is still the fanfare, by the way, that is on the digital copies you get from this, and which is also the fanfare, according to some folks who already are previewing Disney Plus in the Netherlands, what we're going to see on Disney Plus, with all but A New Hope, for the original 6 at least. These Blu-rays and the DVDs do have the original fanfare. They own the rights to the stuff now. They can use the fanfare. They're good to go. The downside is I'm not sure that was a conscious choice, because literally what this is the same Blu-ray we've gotten, in this case, since 2011, just with a new label on it. Same menus, same content, everything. This is the Blu-ray we got in 2011 in the Complete Saga, in 2013 in the DVD Blu-ray Combo Pack, in 2015 in the Steelbook, in 2015 in the reissued Complete Saga, in 2017 in the reissued DVD Blu-ray Combo Pack, in 2017 in the reissued 6-episode series, or the 6-movie collection, aka Complete Saga. Same disc. So these are the 2011 versions of the films, and these are the 2011 discs with new labels. Period. It is a reissue. The new thing is the packaging, the label, and the fact that it comes with a digital code. But the digital code is to the same digital version you may already own if you just bought it otherwise. If you already have them on your digital account through something like Movies Anywhere, it'll tell you your code is invalid because you already own it. There's nothing new with that at all. The DVD equivalent of this is this. The DVDs do not have slipcovers. Okay, it's not missing. Didn't exist in the first place. Like some of the more recent ones, DVD only. Replication of the same image, but no need for the multi-screen edition stuff because it's not. A similar back, but not needing all of the crazy Disney Movies Anywhere kind of stuff. Or excuse me, Movies Anywhere. Disney's name isn't on it anymore. Now there's more companies. And then DVD, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, product number Lucasfilm on there. There is a generic Disney Movie Reward code slip. And then again, effectively the same disc art, just this one changes things out to show DVD video, Lucasfilm feature film, runtime, rating, Dolby Digital Region 1, NTSC, legalese, of course, title, technical assistance, and all. Okay? So first time on Walt Disney Home Video at all, first time outside of a Steelbook that we've seen the film released individually on Blu-ray, and first time that it's had a digital code packed in with it. And the DVD is the 2011 cut also, right? Which saw release as part of the DVD Blu-ray combo packs back in 2013 and 2017, but has not seen individual release in the US. So a lot of new stuff with each of these releases of the first 6, but it is the version of the film we've seen before. Don't think we're going to get anything new, and don't think they're going to regress back to some previous version like a theatrical version. That's probably too much to ask for at this point. Then we have Attack of the Clones. Similar setup. The back, similar setup. I'll run through these like I did for the first one. Watch the seeds of Anakin Skywalker's transformation take root. When Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker is assigned to protect Senator Padme Amidala, he discovers his love for her and his own darker side. Obi-Wan Kenobi uncovers a secret clone army as the galaxy marches towards full-scale war. Underneath, again, effectively the same. Digital code slip. And there's our art. The setup is the same, so we're not going to go through all the elements to save time. But there's our label there. And then we have its DVD equivalent. Again, similar setup. Generic code sheet. Similar label here. Now, in the interests of time, since there's a lot of these to look at, there's 20 products, and that's 4 of them, I'm not going to show you all the stuff that you can obviously assume anymore. Like, for instance, the fact that on the first 6, the labels are identical except for the DVD versus Blu-ray stuff between the 2 releases of the same film. Okay? Great. Next up, Revenge of the Sith. Cool setup there. And I like the artwork. I don't know why folks really despise the art. They look like posters. Okay, we've seen poster art used plenty of times going way back into the 80s for Star Wars film releases. What's the problem? Okay, front, spines, reverse, Discover the true power of the dark side. Clone Wars rage across the galaxy. Not the Clone Wars rage, or the Clone Wars rages, but Clone Wars rage across the galaxy. The sinister Sith Lord seizes control of the Republic and corrupts Anakin Skywalker to be his dark apprentice, Darth Vader. Obi-Wan Kenobi must confront his fallen friend in an epic lightsaber duel. Well, okay then. Spoilers! Yeah, same kind of stuff. Same kind of code page, so we're not going to point out the code page design until it changes, because it will. And there's the disc. Same information, effectively, but the shot of Anakin and Obi-Wan, the Council is asking this of you, and so on. The DVD equivalent. Nothing unusual here. Same pattern. Same type of reward code sheet. Same thing with the disc label crossing over. Jumping to the original trilogy, we have A New Hope here, right? And it's purple. The origins of the saga, 1977, in purple. You could say it was born to the purple, right, Londo? In purple, it's stunning. Okay, sorry, wrong franchise. Love Babylon 5. Same setup here, but purple this time. It does say A New Hope. It is naming the film. I know some people get pissed about that, but to me, calling this Star Wars is no longer accurate, because that's the saga name, unless you're actually talking about before they added the subtitle to it, though colloquially, we'll always know what someone means when they say that. Anyway, there's the back. Pretty cool there. Luke Skywalker begins a journey that will change the galaxy. Young farm boy Luke Skywalker is thrust into a galaxy of adventure. Nice plug there. When he intercepts a distress call from the captive Princess Leia. The event launches him on a daring mission to rescue her from the clutches of Darth Vader and the evil Empire, with evil capitalized as well for some reason. As one would expect inside. Okay. Now the digital movie reward codes, or the digital codes that are used for Disney Movie Rewards and the digital copy, change and look different. Doesn't have as much stuff on it. It says access your digital bonus extras by redeeming your digital movie code as described below. Bonus may not be available from all service providers. I love it says as described below. I guess they mean as it's described on the back, because it sure doesn't explain it below anywhere. Then here's the A New Hope disc. Then the DVD equivalent. Then again, the similar disc label and the generic reward code sheet. And remember here, it was A New Hope that was the biggest deal of all this, because until Disney acquired the Fox Entertainment assets, even when the license for Fox to have distribution rights for episodes 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 ran out, and those would have reverted back to Disney, the physical distribution rights, the distribution rights in all media for A New Hope would still be held by 20th Century Fox in perpetuity because of the original contract, unless they sold them as they did. So A New Hope was always the sticking point. It has been taken care of as part of this broader deal. Empire Strikes Back. People complain that Boba Fett's helmet is so big there and he plays a smaller role. I could see that, I guess, definitely. Not that we haven't seen weird posters before. Remember that one for Battle for Endor from other regions that makes it look like Mace is the guy who's actually the hero, like Mace Tawani, not Mace Windu, and it looks like friggin' Alex Rogan from Last Starfighter? Yeah, screwy stuff happens in posters and cover art. Okay, similar setup there, though. The back. And it says, discover the conflict between good and evil. The rebels scatter after the Empire attacks their base on the ice planet Hoth. Han Solo and Princess Leia are pursued by Imperials, while Luke trains with Jedi Master Yoda. Luke battles Darth Vader and learns the shocking truth of his past. You know, these are all kind of just assuming you've seen these a million times before, or at least have had them spoiled for you before. Same expected interior. Oddly, same type of code sheet as 1, 2, and 3, not 4. So it is not differentiated by trilogy here. And there's your disc. Same general setup. That final shot there, which in and of itself is kind of a spoiler, right? I mean, granted, Chewbacca's not in the shot, but he didn't get a medal at the end of A New Hope either. They had to do it off-screen in ancillary sources in both continuities. But Han's not in that shot. Wonder what happened to him. It, of course, has its DVD equivalent. Again. Same old, same old. Then the one that had me racing all over creation, because it was the last one I was able to find. Basically, I found, for those who are curious, I found all the Blu-ray digital packs except Return of the Jedi at the first Target I went to in Fayetteville, Georgia, along with the DVD versions of all the Disney-released films, the original Disney-released films. Then at the first Best Buy I went to, that's where I found the DVD-only versions of the original 6, but not this one, until finally finding this one at the second Best Buy to finish it out. So we have Return of the Jedi here. I actually really like that color scheme. At first I was like, ew, green, but I actually kind of like the color scheme. But again, I like all these new covers here. And then they're nice and uniform. So far. Hint, hint. Okay, they're back there. Then we have Experience the Triumph of the Force. The Empire prepares to crush the rebellion with a more powerful Death Star. The Rebel fleet counters with a massive attack on the space station. Luke Skywalker confronts Darth Vader in a final climactic duel. Well, that skips a bunch of the movie, but okay. You're gonna spoil it anyway. Shoot. As expected, you may hear Cade in the background. I'm trying to make sure this episode gets out to you very, very quickly. Same as All But a New Hope. So my son is actually awake and being wrangled by his mother in the other room right now. And there's our disc art. Again, it's kind of odd choices for the disc art, but if you remember, in the US, all the previous releases of the 2011 cuts were basically just either that blue or black with just the text on it. So it's actually kind of cool to at least have labels with some images from the films on it, although they are kind of odd images to choose in some cases. But I like them. You know, if you like the films, those are not expected images. Kind of works for me. And then the last of these super, super big deal ones, DVD version of Return of the Jedi. Again, super big deal, because these are the first Walt Disney Home Video releases of 1 through 6. Again, the first time that the DVD versions of the 2011 cuts have been released on their own. The first time outside of Steelbooks that the Blu-ray versions from 2011 have been released on their own, with new packaging, with now Disney Movie Reward codes, digital codes for the films, and new labels on all of them. But that's not all, right? That's got us to 12. Crap, there's 8 more. Somewhere out there, some Disney haters like, no, there's not. You do you, buddy. You do you. All right, so picking up where we left off. Then we have The Force Awakens. Now, interestingly, this is a Blu-ray digital code copy. This didn't exist for The Force Awakens in the US. It was Blu-ray DVD digital previously. So this is less than what you would have gotten previously. And in fact, it is worth noting which disc is in here. Remember, when The Force Awakens hit Blu-ray initially, there was just the regular version, and then later in the year it was the 3D Collector's Edition. And aside from just the 3D Collector's Edition having the 3D disc, it also had an updated bonus disc. Again, no bonus discs in any of these, it's all digital only for the bonus stuff. But it also had an updated feature film disc that had the X-Wing label on it as opposed to the Millennium Falcon, and it had a commentary by J.J. Abrams on it. But then in subsequent reissues of The Force Awakens in the US, they've always reused the original one that didn't have the commentary, not the newer one with the commentary. Unfortunately, Millennium Falcon. It's the one without the commentary again. The commentary is still only available in the 3D Collector's Edition, as I recall, unless I'm getting myself screwed up here. It's been a long day. A lot of driving around hunting this stuff. Half a tank of gas worth of hunting this stuff. All right, so there's The Force Awakens. Again, not the first time from Walt Disney Home Video, but the first time without a DVD in this particular type of pack for it. Similar back to what we've seen before, A New Threat to the Galaxy rises. Visionary director J.J. Abrams brings to life the motion picture event of a generation as Kylo Ren and the sinister First Order rise from the ashes of the Empire. Luke Skywalker is missing when the galaxy needs him most. It's up to Rey, a desert scavenger, and Finn, a defecting stormtrooper, to join forces with Han Solo and Chewbacca in a desperate search for the one hope of restoring peace to the galaxy. Or saying, F it. Okay. Now, notice there, the style of it has changed because it's not entirely new packaging, really. It's sort of a reuse meets new stuff. So it's talking more about the film as the film, not the story entirely. You know, visionary director J.J. Abrams, etc., etc. There's a spine. Okay, notice. Still matching. And style continuing to match. Inside. Code sheet continuing to match. Again, A New Hope is the only one with a different type. And yes, the incredibly disappointing, it's the Millennium Falcon one. So, for the ones that we're going to see that were originally released through Walt Disney Home Video, it's not new labels on the discs. It is, again, the same discs we've seen before, repackaged. Only this time, there's not the company jump, so it's not a big a thing, and they didn't change the disc art at all, while they did change the actual packaging, which I guess is more than we could say from the reissues back in 2017, right? Because in the cases of everything except the DVD versions in 2017, only the slipcovers were new and what was inside was old. Here, what's inside is going to match the new slipcover, which in and of itself is nice. We then have the DVD equivalent here. There has previously been a DVD-only version of The Force Awakens, and yes, generic code sheet, same DVD as before. Notice the DVD and Blu-ray labels don't match in this case because they didn't in the original release, and it's the same discs with the same labels again. Then we have Rogue One, the last of the films, part of the last Blitz back in 2017. Digging the color scheme there as well. Now notice the spine looks different. We're going to come back to that in a little bit. Suffice to say, the spine right now grates on me, at least initially, because it doesn't match the other ones. But we'll come back to it. So still Blu-ray, still product number in Lucasfilm, but now got the Rogue One in the box with the Star Wars story underneath it. The back, similar to what we saw originally. Uncover the events that launch A New Hope. From Lucasfilm comes an epic adventure. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. In a period of great conflict, a group of unlikely heroes led by Jen Erso, a daring fugitive, and Cassian Andor, a rebel spy, band together on a desperate mission to steal the planet to the Death Star, the Empire's ultimate weapon of destruction. Again, what you would expect. And yes, same old disc we've seen before. Right, so no big shocker there. And it does have its DVD equivalent. Again, though, kind of a thing here, because previous releases, in the US at least, have given us the DVD in the pack with the Blu-ray and the digital code, but not this time. Now it's a multi-screen edition that actually has less formats, but we'll call it multi-screen because you can stream it everywhere. The physical items are apparently an afterthought. Then we have The Last Jedi. Star Wars The Last Jedi. And no, there doesn't seem to be a color pattern. The red for this one and red for Episode 3. It's not like the third one in a trilogy or anything like that. I thought of that. Didn't see a pattern. Explore the power of the Force. Now let's witness the triumph, so it is different. The Skywalker saga continues as the heroes of The Force Awakens join the galactic legends in an epic adventure that unlocks new mysteries of the Force. It's, quote, everything you could want and more from a Star Wars film, according to Katie Walsh of the Detroit Free Press, and apparently not according to many disgruntled fans worldwide. I not being among them, but we can acknowledge that at least. Again, nothing super unusual and what you'd expect. And yes, DVD-only version. With this film, though, with The Last Jedi, we have reached the point where the DVD-only version has been released before as DVD-only, as with The Force Awakens and Rogue One. But unlike The Force Awakens and Rogue One, there was a regular multi-screen edition of The Last Jedi with Blu-ray and digital. So this, in and of itself, except the packaging, isn't anything new. Whereas at least it's a little bit new with Rogue One and The Force Awakens by taking out the DVD. Then the last of the 10 films, so far at least, not counting Clone Wars, because Clone Wars always gets left out, and it's distributed through Warner Brothers, so there's that whole thing. we have Solo, a Star Wars story. Again, this one did have this type of multi-screen edition before, so that in and of itself is not new. I like this, though, because if you take this and put it with Rogue One, granted they don't look like the other ones. It sort of sets off the ones that aren't Skywalker Saga from the others. Okay. But they are set up with the same type of label. Solo is horizontal, not sort of that diagonal, right? So they both kind of have the box around the title with a Star Wars story underneath, centered. It works well enough as a theme, even though it might have been nice to see them change it so that it at least looks like the others. But I can see why they would have done that. So we have the front, then we have the back. There. Chart the course for adventure. Buckle up for the ride of your life aboard the Millennium Falcon. Through a series of daring escapades, Han Solo befriends his mighty future co-pilot Chewbacca, forging a bond that will alter the fate of the galaxy. Director Ron Howard helms this epic action adventure written by Jonathan and Lawrence Kasdan that, quote, makes the jump to light speed and doesn't slow down, according to Ash Crossan, I guess is how you pronounce it, of E.T. Online. That is Entertainment Tonight Online, not E.T. the Extraterrestrial Online. E.T. phone means dial-up. And then the disc and code as expected. And finally, number 20 of 20. To end the biggest blitz we've ever seen of Star Wars home video releases all at once, which, like in 2017, was absolutely done as a stealth release that still boggles my effing mind, we have the DVD-only version of Solo. Again, nothing spectacular because there's been a DVD-only version of Solo before. And there it is, just in this different packaging. But yes, they exist. We had no confirmation that they did until we actually started seeing them pop up in stores on September 22nd of 2019. But yes, they exist. Tough to find, probably digging around, and it's a pretty penny. This is a little bit concerning, actually, from a financial standpoint, because this was a stealth release. This wasn't a big deal. And it was 20 items released at the same time for those who are trying to collect everything. Or at least collect all the different versions of everything, the packaging variants and whatnot of everything, as I do. And had it not been for Target offering what they did with the buy two, get one free type of thing, it really kind of worries me how much this would have cost. What, over $400? $450-ish? As it was, I stopped counting after the first 13 cost me like $175 at Target even with that deal. Imagine if they didn't add 4K on top of that. And the guy at Best Buy who helped me get the last of these, the Return of the Jedi one that I needed, said that he thinks that in a few days, I'm not buying the few days thing, there's a steelbook coming to Best Buy of all the films at once. I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I've heard nothing of the kind from any other source, but it does lead to concerns. What if they release all of these again and a box set? What if they release all these and 4K, etc., etc., etc.? Until DVD dies and we don't have these extra copies floating around beyond the regular ones, if you even call Blu-ray regular anymore, since 4K is sort of taking over, that's going to hurt financially. But for those of us who are collectors, we also know that there is a finite life cycle to physical media, perhaps, in this growing age of digital, which makes us maybe need to be happy that we're getting physical media at all, as was the case with only DVD for Resistance Season 1 that we saw in the last episode. So I don't know. Ooh, I'm glad I found them all. It was quite a hunt. It took from basically not counting a lunch break, as I basically we took a lunch break after the first two Walmarts were a bust. But if you take out the lunch break that was like an hour and a half, this basically took me and baby Cade, who was blessedly awesome throughout the entire thing, basically from about 9 until 2 today, running all around creation between 3 different cities to try to find what we were looking for. So hopefully you'll find these if you're looking for them. Remember, Target currently has that deal. Best Buy seems to be the place that's more likely to have them all. And while there are milestones of Star Wars home video stuff here, none of this is new actual content. Just new packaging and new variations thereof. So if you already own the films digitally, or on DVD, or on Blu-ray, this is something you can skip because you're not going to miss out on new content, which is nice for those who aren't as obsessive as I and many others in the community. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps. May the Force be with the home video viewers.